Peace, peace, peace. You already know what time it is. This your man LaRon MC.
And your boy Just Tracks.
And this is Craft Conversations. Fly culture talk, dope craft beers. You already know what to do. Pop over your favorite craft beer, sit down and let's talk.
And vibe out.
I think it's right.
Gotta be right.
Peace.
Yo.
Yo.
You already know what time it is. We're live right here on Hot 702.5 FM. This is Craft Conversations episode 80.
Yeah, you ain't
I'm
on.
off.
Yeah, you off.
All right, boom. Yo.
Go up.
Check. Is that still?
No. Mix of one.
Check. Is that better?
That's a little bit better.
All right, let's run it back.
There you go.
Let's run it back. You already know what time it is. We live right here on Hot 702.5 FM. This is Craft Conversations episode 80.
Yeah, it got to be 80, yeah.
80. Deep.
Big 80. Remember, this show focuses on current topics in the culture, including but not limited to art scene, music scene, more specifically hip-hop, foodie scene, and of course the craft beer scene. These are opinionated topics that stem from bar talk with the homies.
Yep.
And it's all fueled by good-ass craft brews. Just Tracks in here.
Yeah.
KB in here.
Yeah.
And let's do what's on your palate segment real quick. I did it light today. I bought the 3-fer because I've been going too hard these last couple of weeks.
I thought it came with 4 though, bro.
Nah, you pick joints. So you could pick 4, you could pick 6, you could pick
Oh, I see what you're saying.
word. So, I just dropped one of my picks off. All right, so we got Bearded Iris Brewing from Nashville, Tennessee. This is called Homestyle IPA. Very simple to the point. And then I got 2 L. Smith joints. The first one is Fun Wave Hazy IPA, 7.3 on the Richter. And Party Tricks, which is a West Coast style IPA, brewed with Strata, El Dorado, and Citra hops. And that should look like Mardi Gras or some shit.
Yeah, it looked like a party.
Say it look like a party.
Yeah.
All right, what we doing today, yo?
Man, we out here, bro. Living.
First Friday was lit last night.
I know,
Friday was
man.
super.
Shout out to First Friday, man. It be popping in Oakland too, man. They go hard everywhere they at.
I keep hearing about Oakland's First Friday, man. I gotta try to
Lit, bro.
make an appearance.
Oh yeah, you'll love it out there. This is the art out there, bro. You'll mix with it. We running back.
You said what?
There we go.
We're back at y'all, man.
He's getting some feedback, wasn't it?
Right.
That was hilarious.
It was so lit we had to say it twice.
Right.
You threw me out for a loop, bro.
Make sure you hear what we're saying.
Oh man.
All right, I don't know if I even want to talk about war. Do y'all want to talk about the war?
Yeah, let's
Man,
talk about the
hell
war.
yeah, we
man.
gotta talk about
Let's
that
talk about
shit,
the
bro.
war, man.
Nah, well, let's keep
Shit's
it
affected.
light first, man. We'll come back to the war, man.
Talk about these gangster moves made by Russia, but they're going crazy.
Man, Putin ain't playing, boy.
Y'all NBA dudes?
Yeah.
I mess with the NBA
All
tough
right,
one.
let's talk about that top 75 real quick because I never got a chance to talk about it. I wasn't here.
Top
last
75?
Yeah, the 75. What is the 75th anniversary
Yeah.
of the NBA? So they picked
LeBron was number 2. Jordan was number 1.
and Kobe was number 10.
Yeah, he was like 10 or 11, bro. He was kind of back there a little bit.
Who's voting these lists? That's what I want to know.
I don't never know who be voting on these things.
They gotta be, some NBA shit,
Or
man.
if it's just like, do they
It's
like put
usually
out?
the
Do
media.
they like select people and just do polls on random people? That's
Nah,
like
it ain't the people that's voting this shit. This is
Yeah.
the organization.
the organization.
Yeah, it's like writers, media, contributors to the NBA,
Right,
stuff like that.
voters as far as stat lines and different shit.
Like the same
that,
people who
man.
vote for MVP, probably. You know what I'm saying? They probably
Yeah.
vote for the.
See, I hate when it be people like that impact the culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they input don't really matter.
You wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
You won't want me straight up.
One thing I say about
I don't agree with that. I think their opinion does matter in that field.
How is Kobe number 10 though?
Hey man, I don't agree with it. We don't have to agree with it. I don't agree that Kobe should be number 10. Most definitely.
They had a Kobe hater on the community.
They left my boy Klay Thompson off the all-time 75, bro.
That nigga was too light skinned.
I'm like, that's cold, bro.
I think Dwight should have been on there.
Man, I ain't a Dwight Howard fan, but he was good when he was
gotta
younger.
be,
he was good when he was younger.
Yeah.
All time, no, top 75.
Yeah, man. There was a time when Dwight Howard was doing his thing, like real, and I don't mean like just like a passing name and shit. Like, dude was he was doing his shit.
Like back on the Magic.
And everybody was taking notice.
Yeah. But then he fell off though, bro. When he went to play with the Lakers, bro, his career kind of went off the track.
But so because he fell off, he shouldn't be in the 75?
I mean, isn't it about consistency?
No, it's not. Because Jordan's shit is set in stone, period. Right. No matter what I'm
gonna look up this list.
If he came back today and fucking scored 5 points a game, he's still gonna be number one. So consistency ain't got shit to do with consistency, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he at least like he did it way longer than Dwight Howard was dominant. Well, how long was Dwight Howard real dominant like that?
But okay, let me move away from Jordan because right now we arguing the first, and
I ain't arguing with Jordan. Jordan the GOAT to me.
Yeah, let's not do the first. Let's do find the list. So
I'm looking at the list. All right.
I'm looking for the list right now.
Here we go. Number 1, LeBron James. 2, Michael Jordan.
Nah, that ain't the 7.
No, that ain't it.
Yeah,
they say LeBron.
Oh, this
LeBron
is
James.
from. This from a different source. That's from.
Start that, Bron.
I know. I done started the whole thing.
I knew Justice was gonna. He can't wait for an opportunity to chew Bron out, man.
Ain't no wrong, bro.
I think, why that list? That wasn't the right list. Let me look at that again.
Big ass crybaby. I hate when the nigga.
Man, stop doing that, man. We not about to do that crybaby shit.
Big ass crybaby, bro.
Man.
Hey, I agree, bro. You already know. I seen it.
Big ass.
I seen it live, Game 5, bro.
Yo,
when
man.
He cried to the refs and got Draymond suspended.
So.
I'm just saying facts. I'm just agreeing
that
he's a crybaby. I ain't saying he didn't win a ring.
And not only that, he a snitch.
Why that make him a crybaby, yo?
Because his press conference after was him crying about Draymond talking shit during the game, and he said something foul about my mother, and we can't allow this in the league.
So look, talking about Space Jam.
So look. Don't give a fuck about no goddamn Space Jam.
That shit was horrible.
Yo, nigga. So if somebody,
my kids like that.
Listen, yo, if somebody say some shit to you, nigga,
get some of this,
some raw shit about your mama, your wife, anybody, like in your family or some shit like that, and you be like, yo, nigga, I don't like that this motherfucker said this shit.
Yeah, but you gonna go into the media?
That make me, why not?
Crybaby shit to me, bro. Keep it between y'all two, or say it behind the scenes. Don't come out and broadcast it trying to drag you.
I tell you what,
crying about it.
I tell you what, if I'm trying to win some shit, nigga, and I see a tool that I can use to get my shit to win, I'm gonna do that.
I ain't saying the man ain't genius for that.
Nah, but I'm saying here's the thing though, Draymond got to be able to hold this shit. If you gonna, you know what I'm saying? If don't give a motherfucker, don't give your op no reason to use that shit against you. He ain't do shit but what he was supposed to do. Use that shit. All right, you want to?
That's cool. I'm just saying, different strokes for different folks. I don't like that tactic.
NBA,
but it did work.
They Queen Braun, man.
Stop doing that. Why we disrespect the niggas manhood and shit like that?
Just talking shit, bro. It ain't that deep.
Nah, that shit corny. It is that deep when you call a man a woman and shit. Unless
nigga snitched on Draymond, man.
So what?
I mean, it don't look good.
It's going to the circle. It don't look good to y'all niggas, man.
We ain't the only ones, bro. Yo, but there's opinions.
I'm not talking to people that ain't here, nigga.
I'm talking to the people listening. They out there. They agreed too.
How you gonna talk for them? All right, I'm not doing this.
All right, put in the comments.
I'm not doing this.
Is Bron a crybaby?
Hey,
I'm not doing this.
Jordan would have never.
Man,
that's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
Y'all gotta stop.
Kobe would have never.
Y'all gotta stop holding Frankfurters, man. Y'all gotta stop doing that. Y'all gotta stop holding Jordan's nuts. Stop juggling Jordan's nuts. Hey, I get in arguments with niggas at the crib all the time for nut juggling Jordan.
Sounds like he's not juggling freaking Braun.
It sounds like who's not juggling who? No, I'm not. So here's all right. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. To where that I know you joking, but I'm gonna make sure motherfuckers is really clear about this shit. if I'm talking about somebody, let's say not even say for instance, we're gonna keep it 100. We talking about Bron. We talking about Bron's accomplishments. If every time you're talking about one man and his accomplishments, and somebody say Jordan would never, Kobe would never, they different people, B. So when you start bringing other niggas' names into conversations where you're talking about one nigga and his shit, nut juggling.
It ain't really comparing just the man to the man. It's to the standard of greatness that you used to in the NBA, right? Because Jordan is a standard. He's not just an individual.
No, he was a standard in his era.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess Bron the standard now.
There are standards in each era.
Curry really the standard, but we get that.
Curry's not the standard. Curry plays one position.
What Bron play?
All five. And in his prime was defending all five. Bron played a 1 through 5. What we talking about?
All right, man. You ain't got to juggle.
So now I'm juggling because I'm giving niggas stats.
I mean, I was just saying Jordan would never juggle. One sentence, man, we juggling.
Fuck out of here,
that's only one sentence.
I'm not basing it off of that one sentence. I'm basing it off of conversations me and Jess have all the time about this shit.
That nigga LeBron, he be click hopping too.
All right, let's move on, man.
He could have stuck with the Cavs, man.
Why would he have to though?
Jordan went to the Wizards though.
Yeah, but that was old Jordan. That shit don't count.
I got some excuses for Jordan.
That was old Jordan.
That don't really matter because Jordan did it.
Hey, I give LeBron a lot of credit for being.
Yo, fuck that. Did you find the 75?
It ain't in order, bro. I don't think it's in order by 1 through 75. At least know where I'm seeing it because I'm on the NBA website.
Well, did you watch the All-Star game, right?
Yep.
And they called the niggas out in the order that they had them in.
Right, but I'm not finding it in order online. At least not the order I remember.
I don't really think
see
it's
Kareem, Ray Allen, Giannis. That's ain't in order.
I don't think
even
it's
though they all
specifically in order. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's just.
No, there's an order, my nigga.
It's a ranking?
Because they saying Jordan's number 1 in the top 75.
Top 75. On the list I'm looking at.
I feel like it's
that's Kendrick Perkins' list.
Oh yeah, fuck that nigga.
Yo, y'all need
They got a lot of current players on that list too, bro. But I ain't no NBA historian, but I feel like a list like that, your career kind of should be over so you can see where you really fall. Because some of these players are gonna move up, move down the rankings. But
yeah, that's a possibility. I can see it. Yeah, I can understand that. That's a possibility. All right, yeah, let's move off basketball, man.
Boy, like, how y'all gonna do Bron like that? Bron building schools for black kids, bro. Fuck with Bron. I just don't like his on-court tactics.
That's hilarious.
These antics.
That's hilarious. Wait, no, back to NBA. Did y'all see the Westbrook's wife win that Skip Bayless?
I seen a little headline about that. Was it crazy what she said to that?
She just said he was disrespectful because he be calling him Westbrook all the time. And she was
wow.
She was like, "You fucking with my name, our children's name, his family's name."
She clapped like that.
She had to do that shit though. That shit was.
I ain't mad at that. I didn't know she was taking it like that.
She being a good wife, bro.
You think that's disrespectful?
Hell yeah.
I mean, bro, like when you in that position, like the whole thing is the media is supposed to be able to rip you up. That's why you get paid the money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all fair game to me.
And my thing too, man, it's basketball related. Even the nickname. You know what I'm saying?
It's a brick. He be bricking.
He be throwing up bricks. So she probably just tired of hearing that shit.
Yeah, she's sick of it. She's sick of it.
When you start talking about niggas' names,
and she started clapping when all the shit started going bad in LA. They probably just frustrated right now.
Yeah, she said she wants an apology.
The Lakers was winning. You think she'll be clapping at Bayless like that? Probably not, bro.
If the Lakers was winning, it would be because Westbrook wasn't being.
He wasn't breaking. You're not blaming Westbrook for the downfall of the Lakers.
It's not solely Westbrook's fault, man. There's a lot of people. It's a lot of people's fault.
You see how LeBron be looking at Westbrook though? Like, nigga, I'm about to trade you.
He the one that took him out to dinner and sweet talked him and shit. Him and AD, bro.
Well, he came to them first. To be fair.
Well, trying to get his fashion line off.
Right. So he could wear dresses and cryptos. All right, I'm not doing that.
We ain't getting into that one?
Nah.
You seen bruh from you remember that movie Blind Spotting?
No.
Okay. Or no, sorry to bother you with Danny Glover and the young dude. He was also in that movie with the Fred Hammond, he was the dude that snitched on him, the black dude in that movie.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet.
Oh yeah, Lakeith Stanfield. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you saw the nigga wearing.
Yeah, and he was in the Black Panther. I mean, the Black Panther movie too. I'm like, this is crossing.
I don't know a lot about it. I just saw.
You gotta see that movie.
I saw a picture of him doing that shit, and somebody was saying something about Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar's podcast. I ain't watched it yet, but I saw Lakeith with some fishnet.
I thought that was Kid Cudi at first, and then I read the name. I was like, oh no.
What's up with that? Why they got them rocking shit like that, bro?
Hey man.
I mean, they got to put it on, so they rocking it, but I don't know what the influence is or what the point is.
How much money they paid that man to put them stockings on?
I mean, just because I've never seen him wear nothing like that before, so it's obviously a dramatic shift in the fashion choices. So I'm curious to know, but I ain't curious enough to research it. I'm just guessing.
Shift in fashion.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Choices.
So something happened, bro. Something happened recently.
It's Hollywood. Man.
I don't know, man.
Hollywood.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't even really want to touch that.
All right, we can get off it, bro.
Nah, like if y'all got opinions on it, go ahead. I'm just trying to figure out.
I mean, you could wear what you want,
the
but
best way for me to tackle this.
Look, you could. To me, like you could wear what you want, but like when it comes to like celebrities, like stars, when they wear this fashion, there's always a statement and an influence behind it. So I'm like, what's the message right now? If it's just you trying to be free, okay, but like I ain't never seen you wear that before. Was you feeling free before? I'm not trying to judge it, but I think we need some nuance to understand it. Otherwise, these kids, they just gonna see it and feel like that's just normal, which I guess is getting more normal, right? But I still want to know what the message is behind it. You know what I'm saying? Before I be like, oh, that's hella whack or like whatever. Like, I mean, I wasn't feeling the fit, but as what are you trying to accomplish, bro? I could give you the benefit of a doubt, especially a black man. I don't want to like, say he doing something he ain't doing, but it don't be looking right.
For me, there's no reason to do it.
He cracked me.
There's no reason.
Which one y'all want to crack open?
I gotta personalize this. There's no reason for me to do that. I don't know why.
Right. I try a party clicker.
I don't know why niggas do that shit. I don't know. I need to watch. I don't know if I should even watch Lord Jamar's take on it before I find an article or something as to why he did that shit.
I don't even want to know.
That's why I be like not trying to judge it because I don't want to cast stones.
Let that nigga live his truth, bro.
Yeah, but we got.
Is that his truth? Is my question.
But we here to talk, man. So we got to talk about whatever the fuck niggas is doing, man.
Is that his truth? Is my question. That's what I just want to know because it came out of nowhere, right? So it's like, okay, what was true before? Was that not your truth?
Man, we creating our truth, so he could. It could have not been, and he could have just created it first. I don't know, man.
So without getting into the whole like orientation part of it, what do you think about the conspiracy theories out there about Hollywood pushing all this to eradicate the masculinity of the black male and all that stuff? What you think about them kind of top thoughts?
Man, you motherfuckers are trying to get me shut down today.
You just said let's talk about it.
Yeah, you wanted to,
but you just went even deeper into it, Paul.
We got some advertisers getting uncomfortable out there.
Nah, I just know what's gonna happen, yo. Like the last time we had these conversations,
the inbox was lit.
The inbox was on fire, bro.
It was just too much.
It wasn't. They wasn't feeling the takes.
Well, Phoenix was here then too, so
yeah,
he was just uncompromising about his opinion.
Right. I ain't trying to be hardline. Oh, that's this, that's that, whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying.
I feel like we do have to say today, every time we address something like this, that we're not against rappers. We're not against those stuff. No, right. But you know what I'm saying? You got to be like, yo, I mean, do what you do, live how you live. Blase Skippy Woo. But they got to realize that we can speak our opinions, you know what I'm saying? Just from both, and either side can speak their opinions.
I don't got a problem with anybody's personal choices. It's just when you know you affecting the culture in a certain way and you wasn't doing that before, I'm always questioning, okay, what you trying to accomplish?
Like what's the narrative?
Like if he wasn't famous, like it wouldn't matter because it's like he just living his truth. But since you in a magazine cover or whatever you doing, you getting broadcast. So basically, what are we accomplishing?
You just asked, do we believe that there is a narrative or an agenda to demasculinize
the black man?
The black man
commercially, Mm-hmm. And are these cats feeding into it, or are they just living their truth? I mean, I don't know. It's possible, right? But
I understand the power of influence. At the same time, I understand individuals who like strong-minded enough to not be swayed by whatever like the fashion sense is of the day.
Yeah.
Like you can look at shit and be like, yo, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Don't put lace on my fucking J's. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or shit like that. Just because
I ain't rocking with that shit, but I ain't gonna judge it. I ain't gonna judge too, man. That's how I look at it. I ain't gonna rock that shit.
Yeah, it's just because it's again. Remember how last time we was talking about what they choose to promote and not, right?
You can't deep dive that. Like I'm not gonna judge. Then that just that ends the conversation because you can't really say
we live in a society now. You can't even say certain words. Like I be hearing.
Nah, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you can, but
right. You're talking about without the consequences. You can't say it without consequences.
Right, without consequences.
But is the weight equal on both positions? Are we the only ones who have to face consequences if we voice our opinion on this shit?
It's most definitely like a scale, and it's shifted in their favor for sure.
And that's
because you like a monster
based off power, right?
It is based off power. It's based off the systems of control, man.
Which are what's the systems of control?
Yeah, what's the systems of control, Justin?
Let's not fucking play. Let's not play.
Look, media, I think, is probably the most powerful one because America's all about influence, right? Yeah, technically, people you can't make nobody do nothing, but
people believe whatever they see on social media, in the news, and who's controlling all that, who's controlling.
And people get paid millions of dollars to understand how to manipulate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? Why do advertisers make all this money? Why everything is all this money? Because there's science to manipulating people.
Shift and they shift the culture in whatever direction they want to shift.
That's what I'm saying.
But
so
at the same time, it's up to us as individuals to determine what we rock it with and what we don't.
Right. But so for Lakeith Stanfield, right? Like I was looking up to this dude until I seen that picture, right? I still like he's a great actor, right? Like the movies he was in was all like,
I think that's their problem though.
But it's like
I think they have a problem with that statement.
That he is that good?
No. That you said I was looking up to do until I seen this nigga in fishnets and now I feel different about it.
I mean, fashion is a statement about something that you are projecting outward, right? It's like your style, your swag. To me, it's like I was looking up to I guess like maybe an idealized version or a movie version of this cat. So maybe I didn't really look into him like
what's
that.
Your man name, yo?
Who's you talking about?
The rap nigga. Rashad.
Oh, Isaiah
Rashad. Did you ever listen to him prior to?
Oh yeah,
his Force come out.
I heard of him. Like, wasn't he on? I think he was on.
He was on Top Dog.
Yeah, he was on Kendrick label, so I had heard of him.
No, he was on Top Dog label.
Yeah,
TDE.
My bad. Yeah, Kendrick was on that label. I call it Kendrick's label. Y'all know what don't say.
He the golden child for that motherfucker.
But Isaiah's right. He got hot music. Nigga still got hot music. He just
right. So
I feel it was fucked up that like somebody held that.
That's not what we doing. Do you feel the same way about him today after that situation?
Yeah.
I never really felt no way before or after, really. So I feel the same, but it wasn't the
nigga still on one of my playlists. I ain't gonna go off my playlist just because it is what it is.
People got R. Kelly on the playlist.
Exactly. People still here. People still listen to R. Kelly on their playlist.
Listen, don't inbox me about what KB just said.
Oh, is R. Kelly the hot button?
Nah, but it's because you just made a comparison to like a homosexuality thing to him pissing on children.
It was more about the process of I was looking at you one way till I found out that you thought a different way. But the music is still hot though. You know what I'm saying? The movies is still good.
Wait, so you still fuck with Kels?
I mean, I ain't slapping them.
You still stepping?
Nah, I ain't slapping them or nothing like that. Like it was. I don't want to get into it, but nah, I don't fuck with.
I got so many stories about R. Kelly, boy.
I know a lot of motherfuckers who is slapping them. And they like, I don't care. It's still like, So I respect it because that music is made in a time like before. So it's like technically
that music was made during. People just didn't know about
it. Age ain't nothing but a number.
You never feel quite the same.
It's funny how niggas be broadcasting that shit on the low like that, bro. He was basically telling us the whole time. Bro. He was telling us the whole time.
He just decided she was ready. Oh man, that's just nasty. I don't even move off the picture.
But you know what? I give Lakeith Stanfield some more credit than that. Like just that one picture, I don't have enough context to really like really changed my whole view on him, but it definitely making me look like, okay, you wasn't doing that ever before right now.
But
so,
it
like, what's
changes
the
your
context?
view on him.
It changes my view of what I'm thinking he's about or not. You know what I'm saying? Which could change my view of him once I figure out what he about.
What did you think he was about?
You know, Black Power shit, because that's all the movies he makes.
So you think, nah, man, you can't do that to a character, man. He auditioned for a role and he played the character. That ain't necessarily got to do with his beliefs or anything.
Yeah, but when he was making like, I know, so Sorry to Bother You was made in the Bay Area, right? It was made mostly in Oakland, right? And
that's that when he was like a telemarketer or some
yeah,
shit.
That movie. That's
that
that's
shit was
him.
funny as hell.
Movie was hella good. Yeah, it got hella crazy at the end.
It had Ghost up in it too, didn't it? The dude that played Ghost.
I think it did. Yeah, that dude, the actor.
Don't stray from your point, man.
All right, so he's known. So I know some cats out there who's like was part of putting that together. They also made that other movie, Kicks, and like some other shit, some more indie films that was hot.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm getting inside information, and like just what I'm hearing is like, you know, he a real nigga. He from the, you know, all that kind of shit. I don't know much more than that, but that was my impression of
So
it.
you can't be a real nigga in fishnets.
You can't answer your own question, LaRon.
I was trying to ask that without laughing.
Okay, what's a real nigga then? I ain't talking about a street real nigga. Like, I'm talking about a real nigga. I'm talking about like, you know.
Why would you show me that?
You a visual.
Got close up too, man.
You a visual, bro.
Well, that shit's wild. Why you got his legs crossed like that, man?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey man, hey, say man, put these on and cross your legs
and
look off into the distance.
It just, I mean, I guess we can always idealize somebody's image and not really know who they are, right? But it's like, I just want to know what the message is. That's all.
My question is, who told him to do that, or was it his choice?
I mean, he had to put them on. You ain't gonna wrestle a grown man in the
leggings.
I did he get paid to do that?
They
shit?
knocked that nigga out and he woke up with fishnets
with his legs crossed, smiling.
Did he have a fishnet T-shirt on too?
Oh man, too much.
I'm not even.
Man.
Look,
way too
like
much,
it's
man.
color coordinated. I can see some fashion sensibilities in it, but like,
it's color coordinated.
Just what's the message, bro? When you famous, I need a message. I've always been like that. I need to know what you're talking about. Why are you showing me this? It's just your artistic expression, like what you expressing. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like. But it's all good. I give him a, you know, I get a benefit of a doubt though.
Look, so a very strange-minded question that I got, which of, man, we'd have to research this shit, but I don't really know for a fact, like where fashion sensibilities came from to where they made gender-specific clothing. Like, at what point were they like, yo, fucking, because I'm sure they was calling them britches or something, and like, britches are for dudes, and
a lot of that is
for women.
A lot of that is a European culture, where the women, you know, before that, like a lot of different environments. Like if you go back throughout history with fashion, you know what I'm saying? Like I think a lot of cultures, like the men and the women dress. It's always been different. It's always been different. Can you think of a culture where men and women dress the same for the most part? I think it's just natural because we different, whatever, and then we strayed into these different things and societies. Most societies, not all, are male dominated. So, you know, it's just like a status thing, and then it turns into like a pattern over generations and shit. But
in a sense, though, I think that fashion started becoming like way more sexually charged, right? So whenever they decided to split the male pants, like jeans for men, and then differentiate between jeans for women, the jeans for women are more form-fitting, you know what I'm saying, sexually charged, right? So showing curves, woo. I heard a motherfucker, I think it was Whack 100 was talking about when niggas,
that nigga,
yo, that nigga is crazy, man.
That boy name just like, and his career matches name to me.
Why would he call it so? Anyway, let me not stray out the point. So
it's on brand if you think about it, though.
He was saying that
nigga think he can knock anybody and everybody out.
Listen, man, dude, you about to make me forget my point. The pants, when dudes started wearing like fitting pants, like skinny jeans, I guess.
Mhm.
He was like, yo, there's no way a nigga is supposed to be showing his form.
Where you say that shit on?
One of these, man, I listen to a bunch of this. I be listening to these niggas argue on Clubhouse.
Oh yeah,
shit all the
them
time.
Clubhouse shits be funny as hell.
Yeah, but so they started making pants. Like if you just go on like Amazon and shit and look up like men's jeans and shit, they
Men's
be having
form
like,
fitting.
nah, just put men's jeans, bro. Them shit's gonna
Yeah.
come up. They're gonna be like, that's the new. I don't know if it's new. I mean, I say fairly new. Within what, the last 2 years, maybe. Hey, when did skinny jeans start really being
Like
a thing?
5 years ago,
shit,
5
man.
years,
I mean,
about 5 years ago.
you look at any of them disco videos
in
from
the
the
se- in the
70s. Nigga, they
70s,
was
niggas
form
used
fitting
to-
back
niggas-
then.
Yeah, but they had
Like
the
a
bell
motherfucker.
bottoms. I'm talking about these joints that be going all the way like
Yeah, but
leggings.
they was
nigga.
hip huggers though. They was definitely
But
hip
I'm
huggers.
saying that's
With that,
I'm saying that's
and the
one.
niggas had on heels.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Right with
one.
the platform.
And they double down by making the shit hug your ankles. So now the shit just hugging everything, yo. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
what we doing?
it's probably more comfortable movement.
How?
Shit, because it's less, it's more aerodynamic. Like, bro, you ain't got all this baggy shit. Like, bro, I'm thinking about what I used to. The opposite when I was wearing baggy ass shit.
The 7XT.
Yeah, nigga, like that shit's stupid too. Like,
you gotta
be
the
way I
You
think.
gotta, listen, man, a healthy medium, man. It got to be in the middle for me, man. Like, I don't like wearing pants too big for me. I like my shit to, you know what I'm saying, be my size and shit.
I feel you. Yeah. You know, usually people wear clothes that fits them now.
Right,
not
right.
too big, not too small, bro.
Damn, bro.
But you got extremes on both ends. Niggas is wearing joints that fit way too much.
The thing about fashion is it's such an industry. So there was this I forget her name. Forgive me for that if you out there, but she's she's a black woman who got this degree in psychology, but it's the psychology of fashion, right? And she's like an entrepreneur and built this whole business on understanding like how fashion interacts with psychology. It's actually a super dope article that I was reading. But it's like, when you think about it, bro, it's really about it's whatever we think it is. So whoever's behind the making of the materials and the marketing of it and like the idea of it, because, you know, they be sitting there in these meetings like, how can we get person in demographic X to feel like this about this product? And they have all, because they really just trying to sell product. Like fashion really comes around, goes around. You can make your own fashion, but because it's a status symbol, fashion shows something to somebody without them knowing you, right? Like whether we want to agree with that or not, it always says something about you as soon as somebody meets you before you even open your mouth. So that's why it's so important and how we present it. And that's why I be looking at it like fashion is fashion, but you always saying something with your fashion. You might be saying, I'm just comfortable, I'm low key. You might be saying, oh, I'm out there, I'm boisterous, I got a lot of energy. Are you saying are you rocking something with words on it? You making political statements, or just you wearing certain colors because like, are you mismatching your shoes because you don't conform to society?
Or sometimes you're just wearing shit because you can't go outside naked.
Right,
but all like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
you have to put clothes on, so you just grab whatever. Like there are people that don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah, but you can tell by the fashion.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's acceptable. But what I'm saying is when you transform to this different.
So what are you saying? What are you saying that fashion is? Any clothing that you put on your body is considered fashion, or is there a conscious way to design the way that they're designing these joints?
I would separate those, but I felt like the way you were saying it, it's all the same thing. But I would separate those two. I would say that. I wouldn't call. I mean, put it like this: if I wear sweats and a hoodie, if I color coordinate them, it's fashion. If I just throw them on without thinking about it, it's not really fashion, but it's still like somebody's gonna look at it and they still gonna judge it in the sense of, okay, that's how this person dressed, and it's gonna mean not that much, but it always means something. Mm-hmm. And the more platform that people have, the fashion means more to the minds of the people looking at it. You know what I'm saying? But it always represents something. If it's low key and I don't care about fashion, you could call that a fashion sense if you wanted to, or a non-fashion sense, like as a point of purpose. But most people gonna think about what they looking like when they put their clothes on. If they're going somewhere where they're gonna be seen, if they're going somewhere where it doesn't matter, like the corner store, whatever, it's different if they're going to a job interview or a club. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna think about what they wear at some point or another.
Yeah, because those are situations where the standard has been set for what's acceptable and what's not acceptable.
Right, and there's people that break that standard, like
Yeah,
Kid
and then
Cudi and Lakeith
and
Stanfield.
then they won't get the job. I'm talking about specifically for that point.
Sure,
like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
interviews and shit like that. I feel like that's a whole different.
Okay, but what about
theory.
just like social situations? Like, why do people people want at some point, unless you really don't give a fuck, which there's probably a percentage who absolutely don't give a fuck, but somebody's going to care at some point about how they look or how they're being viewed about how they dress. That's why we got mirrors in our houses. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think it's necessarily because you care what people think about you. You might just want to look how you decide that you look good. You know what I'm saying? Like you might. I'm speaking for me personally. I don't give a fuck. Like if I go outside, nigga be like, "Yo, that shit's from last season." Yo, fuck you, nigga. I like this shit.
Right.
It always
Yeah,
take me
yeah.
back to that CeeLo line where he was talking about, I ain't gonna lie, I still want to hit the club as fresh as I can be,
Mhm.
but tell the truth about it, it's all for another nigga to see.
Right.
And I feel like that's all of their mentality.
I think it's a little more simpler than that. It's not necessarily niggas care what other people think. It's more about preservation, that you don't get looked at in some
That's
like
caring what
super
people
negative.
think.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not in a point of like I'm trying to impress somebody.
It ain't nothing else after that.
It's like
If you care about how people perceive you based off of the clothing that's on your body, you care what people think.
Bruh, that's how everybody in America cares at some point about that. You think this, like, unless you, like I said, that certain subsection that really don't, but like, come on, everybody care about that at some point.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it don't really matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck what people think, man. Like, rock what the fuck you want to rock.
It matters culturally, not maybe to your philosophy
How
as
does
a
it
human.
matter culturally?
Because, bruh, clothes have always been a sign of status or a sign of something.
I know,
like
but
that,
you saying
right?
that to somebody who don't give a fuck about status and shit.
Yeah.
I don't care about
It
that.
can
shit.
be a form of expression.
But I'm
too,
not
though.
saying why
that too. See,
I'm not saying why you should.
I can agree with that. No. But I
Yeah.
have to personalize it because
Okay.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We talking about is I
Yeah.
can't speak for nobody else. I gotta speak.
Right.
I gotta put this
Yeah.
shit into my context.
Right.
So
Like the way I dress, I just dress on how I feel that day. Like, I just do something on.
right, and you wasn't thinking when you was throwing that shit on like, yo, if I go outside, niggas gonna think I'm a bum, or niggas gonna think,
bro.
I'm, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
Real
but it's
shit,
like,
bro.
you thought about the hoodie before you
The-
bought it. You thought about the hat before you bought it. Like, oh, this would look good or something. It's like there's something going right
to you, but it's
Yeah.
not based off of. There are people. I'm not saying that these people don't exist.
Right.
There are people that goes into places and be like, yo, what's hot? What did I see on the videos? What am I gonna wear that people gonna look at me and be like, yo, he got money. Woo woo woo. Woo. Yeah. Of course, I agree with you. There are people that do that shit. I'm just saying from I'm giving my perspective, and I'm trying to hear y'all. So
so I'm thinking there's a spectrum, right?
No,
of
you
what's,
nigga, you. How do you feel?
Oh, I like colors that match, and I like to like do weird shit and wear accessories because like that's how I feel like I like to be understated but fashionable.
What do you mean by weird shit?
Saying? I didn't say weird shit, did I?
You did.
Yeah, you did say that.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Sometimes I'll be like experimenting, like I'll do like the rolled up pants, like the old school shit, or I'll like wear some like some weird, but like both legs though, both legs, not just one though. Yeah, nigga, watch, you gonna see me in the summertime. Bring it back. It's cold right now. I'm wearing jeans, but yeah, nigga. So like, I've never cared because like, but what I do care about is that I feel like I put together a fit. So when I think about it, it's not about what is people gonna think about it. It's like, okay, if I was looking at me in the mirror, do I like what I'm looking at? And I'm like, okay, that's hot. I'm aware. You know what I'm saying? And then like over time, like people tell me, oh, I don't like that shit. Why are you doing that? Or like, oh, that's dope, or like whatever. But I'm not doing it for that. But because that's going to happen, it's not like I'm unaware that it's going to happen. So it's like it doesn't inform my decisions on what I wear. But it's like at the same time, it's like I do want to look good, and I do want to look like I put time and effort into it. That's what I want people to see. Not care if they like it or not, but that I put time and effort. Unless I didn't put no time and effort, then I'm gonna look like it.
It be people that walk around looking bummy and they can still look fresh.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it's like, so that's like,
it's just the way it is nowadays. Like I remember when I was a kid, like it was all about having name brand this, name
man,
brand
I hated that because I can never
Yeah.
afford that shit. I had
Hell
Shaqs,
shit,
bro. I never forget when I got ripped on for having Shaqs in elementary, bro.
Still like
And
that.
I thought it was hot when I got them, bro. I was so juiced, bro.
The fucking-
Oh,
That ain't
dude.
Jordan, nigga.
Oh man.
Did y'all hear that story about
niggas
why he built?
Yeah.
Did y'all hear the story about why he made
You
that brand
remember
like that?
XJ900s?
No.
Back in the day, they used to have the XJ900s. Some shits look just like J's, but not really. It was just like
Damn. It was
mad.
Shaq's?
It was like mad cheaper material. No, they was
Yeah.
called XJ900.
I gotta look this shit up, bro.
Yeah,
XJ
put them up.
What was the model
Yo,
number
every
again?
time the J's came out, the
Shaqs was for the people,
the
though, bro.
XJ900s came out like shortly after and shit. Them motherfuckers look just like J's, but they wasn't and shit. Just like
Man,
cheaper
Jay's is so
material.
crazy. Even in like the 90s, bro, the late 90s, my cousin got robbed for his Jordans, bro, like at gunpoint.
Oh damn, these joints
I'm
is
like,
Payless.
The XJ900s?
Oh, it's Payless?
They fresh, though?
It's just- Are they still doing extra? What? Them supposed to be the Reebok pumps? They stole the pump.
Man, come on, man.
Yeah, XJ900s, nigga.
Yeah, I wanted some pumps bad back in the day, but
Bro,
I
come on,
couldn't.
man.
I couldn't afford them.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to rock these.
But as a kid,
Okay,
though,
I
like,
still like them Shaqs.
but that's
It
the
was
thing,
hot.
though. Like, kids, man, will always attack other children.
Oh yeah,
clothing.
niggas was having it if you.
But it's like you're not in control of that shit. You at that young age, you only allowed to rock with your parents.
That's why them caps be so effective because you can't do nothing about it.
Like, can't do shit about it. You can't do shit about it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, kids will rip on each other like all the time for being poor, being broke, or not having lunch, like just cold shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that should be different when they get older and they realize what it takes to maintain, just normal living.
But then again, we make a lot of music where we cap on broke niggas all the time. So.
But see, I always
but you know us.
I always had a problem with that shit, yo.
Oh, me too, bro.
And the crazy thing about it is, a
lot of broke niggas out there.
We talk about
trying to make it.
Yo, broke ain't. Yo, man, we talk about it all the time. What's that nigga name from shit? What's dude name, man? From Nelly's shit. Saint Lunatics.
Vocal.
Nah, one of the niggas from the Saint Lunatics. I can't think
Murphy
of his
Lee?
name. Probably. I don't know the Saint Lunatics like that. Was you in the Nelly wave when he came out?
I was what, about 7th grade? Yeah, it was hot. It was hot at the junior high school.
So what you trying to say?
So Murphy Lee said that he went on a rant about people stunting on the poor, or like poor people stunting on the poor because these rappers really poor, but they want to put all the jewelry and shit on.
That's another thing. These rappers be broke as fuck.
And then you come to their shows and they just opulence and woo woo woo. I made more than you, and that shit moves the culture too, right? Because there was a time when like hip hop,
it's a lot of trauma behind that.
Listen, when we was doing like hip hop and niggas was making it cool to be expressive and rap. And then there became a wave. I can't remember when exactly this wave hit, but niggas started saying shit like "fuck rap, I'm a hustler." Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't want
Cash Money. Cash Money was a huge. Cash Money and No Limit was a big proponent of that flash rap.
So then it started getting to the point. I mean, where they literally saying, "You're rapping and saying fuck rap. I'm just doing this shit for money," and that desensitizes. Not desensitizes. It
devalues it kind of.
It devalues the cultural aspect of it, because then the kids that's coming up under that, they hear that shit and they like, yo, fuck rap too. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get money.
These artists crazy though. They'll get a.
The thing is, there's a market for it.
They'll get a deal with these record labels, which is in advance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take that money. What's the first thing you copy when you get in advance?
Shit, nigga, I'm getting a financial advisor, so fucking I ain't because I done seen enough examples of niggas blowing that shit and being slaves to the label for like 5 years.
Caught whips and chains, bro.
Whips
and chains, nigga. That's slave. Whips and chains.
At least rent some shit for the video and put it back.
Cam had that line back in the days. My folks were slaves, whips and chains. Look at me now. I just pull up with whips and chains.
Shit crazy.
That shit crazy, but
you think that was an enlightened bar or an ironic bar?
I think it's irony.
Yeah. You don't think he was putting hella like making that juxtaposition on purpose?
No, of course he was.
I mean, but like
he intended to make that.
It's Cam too. You know that nigga be rapping tootie to fruity looty.
Yo, man,
to fruity looty.
How many
Cam
joints you heard, man?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh shit, nigga!
Tons, right?
Nigga, a
So
lot.
why
nigga.
do you niggas always do that shit? Whenever niggas start talking about Killer, they be trying to play this nigga like he ain't no rhymer, and they always go back to 3 bars: the piece of pizza.
I mean, he be
Terry
rhyming.
cloth, very soft. That's just.
I got computers.
Yeah, that shit don't make
He
no
got
sense.
computers puting.
What the fuck is computer? What the fuck is a computer
I
putin?
got computers puting. He thought that was the hardest shit in the studio, bro.
Nah, he didn't. He was trying. He was like you talking about with the fashion shit. He was trying to style, man, and niggas let him have it for that shit.
Puting.
Niggas let him have it for that shit, so he stopped doing
Hey,
it.
everybody got growth phases, you know.
Hey man, look, man. Sometimes you just got to throw shit out there. I don't know about pewters putin.
That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, somebody in the studio.
I mean,
should
Kanye had that scoop-diddy, whoop-diddy poop, you know.
Oh man,
Like,
I don't even want to talk about that shit. Are y'all familiar with?
like, what does that do for the culture? I don't
Are
understand.
y'all familiar with the Slaughterhouse shit?
It's kind of.
Slaughterhouse, yeah.
I know all the niggas on there was raw. You talking about from Button days or
and
right now?
I just got a damn notification for it right as soon as I said Slaughterhouse. I get a notification
They on
from
you,
my
bro.
Slaughterhouse.
That's that algorithm.
Hell,
Listening.
yeah,
Nah,
that
so
shit listening
look,
to you.
So Joe and Royce, you know, Joe retired. Roy's still rapping, but Joel and King Crooked, they decided to drop an album called The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So now they beefing because Joe and Royce saying Slaughterhouse is us four, nigga. If we not rapping anymore, y'all can't do Slaughterhouse shit.
Okay.
And it's turned into like a really public dispute, man. Like
Joe Budden just like to yell too.
Budden just invited Joel to the Frank stand, and at the end of the conversation, Joel was like, "Hey, bruh, you gonna regret saying that. I'm out. Peace," and hung up.
Yeah.
Wait, so which two is rapping? You said Crooked
and Joel.
And Joel's
Ortiz,
rapping.
Yeah.
And then Joe's
retired and Royce is rapping, but he don't want to be a part of Slaughterhouse without Joe because it's a 4-man thing. And Joe was influential in putting the shit together.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you ain't trying to do it, I mean, why are you trying to stop the other two from doing it? I don't like that.
Because it turns out to be a product, right? So like,
yeah, but they left the product, so the product gonna evolve without them.
Nah, but if you got hands in it, okay, nigga, let's do it like this. Let's say the name of this show is LeRon, KB, and Just, and you leave, and we want to do another show called LeRon, KB, and Just. But you ain't
there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different when you use people's names in it.
But that's why Slaughterhouse was.
But that's
it's just like it's just like Bad Boy. Bad Boy is a concept, but there's a lot of artists that come in and out of it. Slaughterhouse could be a concept.
That's different. You have to rebrand if it's a group and y'all got marketing and stuff together, and this group you got to rebrand.
Yeah, but if them other two ain't trying to come, you don't think the other two deserve to rebrand it then? If the other two don't want to get in,
so rebrand it. But don't use the logo and the name if this was the 4-man situation. Name y'all shit something else.
When I say rebrand, I mean just like the music wise, because they all own the brand, right?
But the brand is when we talk about rebrand, the brand.
Who even owns the band? Don't Eminem own that brand?
No, them niggas own it.
They own it.
Yeah, that's
well. If it's a 4-way ownership, then that makes sense. But that's not how I thought. Slaughterhouse was Shady's record. Like that was his group he put together.
No.
Why do I think of it like that? That don't has nothing to do with it. Then Eminem like basically put them together.
No, they put themselves together. Eminem backed them. Yeah,
that's okay. That make more sense. That make more sense.
Well, actually,
because I was thinking there was another.
Well, actually,
level
the people put them together because they all made a song called Slaughterhouse or something, and the people was like, "Oh, we like to hear more music from these four." So they was like, "Okay, we Slaughterhouse," and then they started the brand. Of Slaughterhouse.
That nigga Joe Budden think he the hardest MC to ever live too.
It's like
most MCs that rap at a high level think that. I'm not surprised by that.
I'm hotter than the sun. That's a metaphor for you.
You good for that? You can feel that way. Yo, you should.
So what you feel
that way?
So you think it's cool for them to say they part of Slaughterhouse, but not to market it? Cause what? Ain't they still part of Slaughterhouse? Ain't they Slaughterhouse? Don't they own a fourth of the thing? So they can still say it, but they can't market it. Like how they supposed to feel about that when they help build it up too?
They can feel how they want to feel about it.
Just because somebody else don't want to put in no more, you got to stop.
Yeah,
but as a brand,
you have to stop that brand. You have to stop that brand.
Now, if they was all doing it, it would have been cool.
Right.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just-
you should.
it's
There
just
should be a
something that they-
negotiation, but like just a hard line. No, you can't do it because I don't want to be there. That's too much power for one person to have in that situation.
Not necessarily.
There's actually half. It's not one person that's having this power. There are two niggas that's not rapping in the group. If Joe's retired and he moved on, and then another one's like, "Yo, I'm not doing this without all four of us."
Yeah, but it sounds like it's on Joe then, because Royce would do it if Joe was in, according to that explanation. So it's
Maybe.
really on Joe
But it's not really on Joe
because he don't want to do it. So everybody else
retired. You allowed to fucking retire from rap, bruh.
So why you trying to hold back the Slaughterhouse brand if he retired?
Yeah,
Because
nigga ain't trying to hold him back. He said he retired from rap. He ain't trying to do that shit.
What am I missing? What am I missing here?
Nah,
it's
just a difference of opinion.
I guess so. I've been part of a group before, you know what I'm saying? Like back when we first was getting high, like back in 2011, 12, SYG, Schoolyard Gang. That was my group. We was like doing like all these little events, these shows, was getting tapped in with a bunch of rappers. And then over time we started like going our different ways. But like, yeah, it was like there was conversations, it was like, oh, do you still want to use the SYG moniker? Oh, I'm gonna do a song. I want to do it under SYG. I never cared. I'm like, I'm doing my own thing. Okay, so I never cared. Go ahead and do it.
You made the point. You said there was a conversation about it. They're saying that there was no conversation about it. They said they found out that there was an album called The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse the same time everybody else did.
So they feeling like blindsided by it.
Basically, yeah, and that's pretty fucked up because they all started that shit together. He
Right.
should at least hollered at him like I would have did the same thing.
And then you're giving a one-sided story because you rapping about shit that you feel from your perspective, and the niggas that was there and know that shit, they have to listen to this shit.
So this is about respect at the end of the day, right? You saying like they disrespecting the other two by doing that, but I'm saying the other two is disrespecting them as well by saying you can't do it. I think they both disrespecting each other in a way.
I don't understand how they
because when you part of a group
it.
and you build it up and it's going and the brand is on and that's where your livelihood's been coming from. Another nigga don't want to do it, but now you can't do it.
I don't move like that. I don't move like that. If we create something together, equal parts, all us create this shit together, and I decide to leave or what have you, or anybody else decides to leave, I'm gonna preserve the memory of the shit that we did, that we put together with that brand. And I'm a creator, nigga. I'll create another fucking name and do something totally different. Then that shit is right. Our shit is right here in this pocket. It's always going to be this way.
I agree with that.
That's the brand. The brand is them four. You know what I'm saying? Like when
think of something else, nigga. Name that shit something else.
It's like when when one of these rock bands change a lead singer. The brand is the same just because it's a different nigga.
But that's different, man. That's you saying a rock band that unless they all came
New
up
Edition,
together.
even like New Edition, when they came back out, they had two different members, didn't they? When Diddy brought them back out.
You proving my point even more. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with none of that shit.
I see what you're saying. I guess I guess my temperature ain't up on that because it's like if it's like, bruh, just like you said, if give up the brand and go create something else. Why are you trying to hold that back? Why you not doing nothing? Like that to me is like overstepping your power grading.
All right, we gotta agree to disagree. Drop socials.
That we do gotta do. Hey, y'all can follow me everywhere if you want to after this conversation. K Bridges Live. That's on all platforms, Spotify, Gmail, websites, kbridgeslive.com. There we go. You got me thinking about this shit right now.
It's your boy Just Tracks. Just look me up on all social media sites. It's JUSTRAXX, and also check me out on all streaming platforms.
www.laronemc.com. That's LARONEMCEE. Yo, we dropping a single called Facts with the good brother Ricky Taylor and produced by Major 7 on March 10th on all streaming. So check LaRon MC.
LaRon MC back in the game.
You got to spell the MC out, EMCEE.
Yes,
this was episode 80. This was session 74, I believe. Very dope conversation. All right, we'll catch y'all next week. Peace, power, respect.
Peace.
Peace.